Hello everyone and welcome back. Today's episode is all about things I didn't know. And the first one that I have to tell you is I did not know how fabulous our toadstool leather was going to look in our spot where we decided to put it. Now, if you remember, we wanted to put it right here in the middle and have it look like the mother tree from Avatar. Oh yeah, there it is. Look at that thing. I mean, that is gorgeous. I mean, it just opens up all the way. It's beautiful, and I'm in love with it. I don't know why anybody would have traded this thing. Maybe it just outgrew their tank, but I actually may end up having to move it into the Nano tank because this little shithead, sorry, this little lemon peel angel that I love called Flash thinks that he needs to chew on it and bite at it and pick at it, and it's starting to make it angry, which is making me angry. So it was a test. We thought that he might leave it alone, and he's not. He's bothering it. So I'm going to probably move it to the Nano tank, even though it has this awesome spot right here front and center in our big tank. And man, this lemon peel, I just need to have him in some not coral tank. I don't know. We'll see how he does with the rest of them. If he continues to pick on everything, I don't know what we'll do. But coral is doing well, and I could not be happier with this purchase. So speaking of things I didn't know, surprise, surprise, we had a lot of noise coming from the overflow in the Nano tank and decided to get up on the ladder and take a look at what was going on in there, really for the first time since we set that tank up probably a year ago. And lo and behold, first of all, I feel really stupid that we didn't know that there was a filter sock in this tank. Now, I know that sounds really stupid, but we picked that up as a display model. It was out on the floor at the fish store, and it was already all put together, so we really just brought it home, set it on top of the tank that was already put together, plugged in everything, and turned it on. We didn't have to do anything to it to get it set up. So we kind of didn't really remember or pay attention to the fact that there was a filter sock in this tank. So that also means that this filter sock has never been changed. Never, ever. So surprisingly, even though there was kind of some gunk in it and it was pretty dirty, I think it had been there so long that it basically became part of the tank's biofiltration or something. I mean, when we cleaned it out, it actually had a negative impact on the tank. There were some bristleworms down in there that were apparently eating stuff. And after everything was cleaned out, the tank actually went through kind of a weird adjustment phase as it got used to not having this dirty sock in it. So, but yeah, it was interesting when we pulled it out and we found that all the noise that was going on in it was these anemones that were growing all over the top. I think that they were Aiptasia, but I'm not entirely sure. We did have some Aiptasia pop up recently. But it could be little babies that came from the anemone that was on the hermit crab shell, maybe. They look more like that than like Aiptasia, but they really didn't have any light because they were under the little sponge cover, so maybe they're just pale because they were in the dark. I don't know. But yeah, so there's a sock here. Didn't know that. There were anemones growing a little colony back here. Didn't know that. And I guess we'll pay attention to that going forward. So I know these videos are usually a bit longer, but I think we're actually going to stop there. So starting this year with our series of videos that we'll be doing, we're going to do smaller clips that are a little bit more specific. I know we've been doing some really busy videos with a lot of information. I feel like the hard part is behind us, so we're going to sit back a little bit. We're going to focus more specifically on little bits of information and things that we come across that might be helpful. And if you have any comments or questions, please go ahead and leave them in the comments. Thank you. Bye-bye. He's like playing Donkey Kong. He had to go up, level, and across, and now he's at the top.
And goes friggin' nutball. Yeah, I want to see this. Go ahead. Drop down there, Columbo. You're shredding that frickin' bag. What a jerk.